Hi, guys, and welcome to our talk. I want to say hello and thanks to Dietmar and the whole Pimcore team for having us here again at Pimcore Inspire. I really hope we see each other in person next year. And we pre-recorded this track, so we see each other in the Q&A. Enjoy.
And also from my side, many thanks for the opportunity to present our company and this project to you.
All right, then, let's jump into it. Today, we want to talk about our vision of product data experience. You know, for us, the customer experience doesn't end at the checkout. It continues with the whole fulfillment lifecycle until the parcel is sent. And with our warehouse integration for Pimcore, we open up Pimcore to the order management and fulfillment world. And we want to show you how Fleurop, the largest retailer for flower delivery in Germany, uses our solution to deliver their first-class B2B business. My name is Arndt Kühne. I'm a founder and CEO of Basilicom. I'm the guy on the left-hand side. And Basilicom is a digital agency. We're a software integrator. We offer all kind of services necessary to transform businesses and to gain the digital strength in the new digital world. Our services reach from consulting to strategy to solution design and implementation. Basilicom and Pimcore have a strong relationship. We know Pimcore since version 1.0, and we're partner ever since. So we're still excited, and we realize nearly 100% of all our projects on the Pimcore platform. So let me give the word to Tom. Tom, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Arndt. Also from me, a big thanks to Antoine and Dietmar for this invitation and opportunity. As soon as we hopefully finished this pandemic chapter, we should meet at a bar. And hello to the viewers. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Tom Frehner, business partner of Arndt. I'm Austrian. And I also have a background in computer science, and I've been in e-commerce for at least the last 20 years. And so I've experienced almost every scenario by now. Back to you, Arndt.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Some more words about Basilicom. Basilicom is a digital agency, and we're a software integrator. We offer all services necessary to transform businesses and to gain future strength in the digital world. Our services reach from consulting strategy to solution design and to the implementation and maintenance. Basilicom and Pimcore have a very strong relationship. We know Pimcore since version 1.0, and we are partner ever since. So we're realizing nearly 100% of all our projects on the Pimcore platform. And let me say, we're still very, very excited. Tom, please make a short introduction of Exit B.
We are Exit B, based in Berlin. We have built a full-blown e-commerce ERP system that meets all the requirements that the brand, manufacturer or wholesaler demands from an e-commerce ERP software in 2021. One big advantage for us was that we already knew both the vendor market and the customer requirements when we started development. And at this time, unit testing and job scheduling were already on vogue. The times of classic client and server architectures were almost over. Today, we release new ERP features every month. All our customers are working with the same release level. And millions of packages are delivered throughout our software every year. What you see here is a mix of customers with whom we work or worked in various forms. In the case of ERP, we have migrated most of those reference customers during their ongoing business. I think everyone can well imagine how difficult it is for manufacturers to make the decision to migrate their old up and running ERP. ERP systems are the heart of a functioning company. What you see here is a lot of trust in our company XZB, and we are aware of this fact. It is this leap of trust from which our customers benefit to this day.
Yes, thanks. And one of these common customers is Fleurop AG. And we're very happy that we can give you some insights on this case and our solution. You will see that we are able to fulfill the whole route from managing product data to the physical shipping of products in the warehouse logistics. A short introduction to Fleurop. So Fleurop is the leading retailer in delivering floral greetings. You can send floral greetings with Fleurop. And in 1908, Max Hübner had this clever idea not to send the flowers itself, but to fulfill the orders by local florist stores. This makes Fleurop so special that they have a huge network of florist stores in Germany and other countries. And let's say I want to send flowers to Dietmar in Salzburg. I can go to a florist store here in Berlin and tell the merchant what flowers I want and where it should be delivered to. We place the order in the Berlin store. The flowers will not be sent from Berlin. Instead, the order is passed to a store in Salzburg, and the merchant there fulfills the order. And, you know, we're talking about 5,500 stores alone in Germany. That's a lot. So, how does the B2B business behind the scenes look like? To fulfill orders, and of course, in order to sell flowers and floral greetings in their stores themselves, the florists need flowers and all kinds of materials and other products like wires and vases and stuff like that and accessories, you know? So most of the florists, they prefer to choose these products in classic catalogs, which offers them specials and seasonal products and stuff like that. They then order in the B2B online store, which needs highly flexible pricing rules and special offerings for the stores themselves. And here is the order is created. So in the next step, these orders are processed by the order management system, by a central order management system. And if the order is valid, the products are picked, packed, and shipped through the internal warehouse of Fleurop. Of course, you know, if it's necessary, we can we have external warehouses to optimize logistics for different countries and stuff like that. But the principle is the same. And if they are packed, they will be delivered by a logistic carrier to the florist stores. So when Fleurop came to us and requested a proposal, what was the initial situation? You know, Fleurop was an early mover when it comes to online business. And if you're a retailer yourself, or if you're an integration or software partner like we are, you know the challenges every customer has to solve. You know, they know their business very well, and they're probably leader in their market. But legacy systems and outdated software keeps them on the ground, and they're not able to scale. From the Basilicom point of view, there was an outdated B2B shop, which was inflexible and not supported anymore. And the product data retrieval was very complicated and fragmented. And the production of the catalog, of course, was done manually in a very time-consuming and expensive way. This was the situation from our point of view. Tom, can you please give and describe the situation from the XRB point of view?
From our point of view, it was and is always a bit like when you drive an old car. At some point, you reach the point where you decide how much money you want to spend into repairs or part with the old one or simply buy a new car. A new car with navigation, Bluetooth, and lane departure warnings, for example. So Fleurop was simply too inflexible with the old construct to react to new requirements. Even if it was only the simply request, for example, we would like to have the store in responsive design now. And we were even not talking about what Arndt just mentioned, things like catalog management, web to print, product bundles, or things like multi-currency capability. And yes, as far as the ERP layer is concerned, one requirement was to leave the old-fashioned client-server architecture with inflated consultant requirement structures and simply migrate to the cloud.
Yes, that was really a challenge back then. So let's have a look at the initial system landscape we were facing. It's typical, you know. I think a lot of you know this, and it looks familiar to you. So you have a bunch of historically grown legacy systems which are not able to scale, which are very, very complex in data communication, or not even able to talk to each other. The result is a deadlock. It's too complex to maintain efficiently, and it's fragile when it comes to changes. So what you see, the golden boxes here, they were the must-haves to be replaced by the new solution, which was requested by Fleurop. They were seeking for a solution which solved the entire stack without having a fragmented system landscape again. The light gray boxes, they were nice to have. So it was not in the proposal, but it would have been nice to have to change them as well. And the dark gray boxes on the outer space, they were not supposed to be replaced by the new solution at all. So now let us transform this landscape to simplify the stack. On the left, we can group the systems with a pretty familiar approach. You know, instead of managing product data in a heavyweight SAP systems, and instead of managing asset data manually, or having an outdated web shop which wasn't supported anymore, you can use a highly advanced holistic approach, and it's called Pimcore. You already know the Pimcore stack. So let's switch to Tom again. And Tom, please describe the initial landscape on the right from the XRB point of view.
So we took over the logistic part completely from SAP, warehouse management and material master. Our system XRB VHS1 manages the warehouse and all processes within this warehouse. Goods received, goods issue, pick, pack, shipping, inventories, accounts receivable handling, purchasing, and things like reporting. The whole conversion ran in the course of a complete migration of the warehouse data, customer data, and article data. Our customer Fleurop receives the B2B orders from the brand new Pimcore store. And since the migration and the ERP system XRB VHS1 takes care of all the business transactions in day-to-day business rest.
Perfect. And that's what we did. And here you can see the beauty of our solution. On the left-hand side, we have the powerful Pimcore system, which enables you to provide the whole data management, e-commerce, customer data management, and even the time-consuming catalog production in one lightweight system. On the right-hand side sits the VHS1 e-commerce warehouse suite, where the whole order management magic is happening. And in the middle, you see the VHS1 connector for Pimcore, which seamlessly integrates the order management and fulfillment world into the Pimcore ecosystem. It's a real-time connector. Every data sync happens in real time. We have live stock information, tracking codes, and order status synced to Pimcore. We sync orders, product, and material information, CRM data back to the VHS1. So let's have a closer look. Since we are at the Pimcore Inspire conference, you all know more or less the Pimcore universe. We use the whole Pimcore stack for data management, e-commerce, and we build a B2B web shop with the e-commerce framework and with all the other beautiful features for the customer experience and the commerce experience, And since you're already familiar with the Pimcore side, let's concentrate on the order management part, which allows you to fully control your fulfillment and warehouse processes. With the VHS1 connector, you have a real-time communication bridge between them. And with the data from the VHS1 and the data from other domains, we can calculate performance values for each product and product categories and enrich BA data. Before we jump right into the VHS1 details with Tom, one more thing about the architecture. We have this super powerful e-commerce framework on the Pimcore side. And our VHS1 connector bundle sits on top of that. So once you configured the API key and the endpoint and stuff like that, you need to connect these two worlds. It works out of the box. So you don't have to adjust like field types and stuff like that. It will fall in one place. So this is a big advantage we see in our solution. But now, please, Tom, give us more details on the VHS1.
One advantage for us is real-time communication. Our ERP system, VHS1, systemically provides everything: WebSockets, worker scheduling, RESTful API, and so on. Experience has shown us that this is of little use if a system is stocked via a 10 minutes cron-triggered SOAP or XML batch processing interface. And yes, also in 2021, we see those batch-driven systems again and again. That's why this connector makes perfect sense for us. We process orders in real time from Pimcore to ERP, and from the ERP layer, we are sending the stock changes or order changes in real time back to Pimcore. We do the same thing with material data, item master, or customer data. So we never run the risk of processes overtaking each other or the Pimcore store selling items that we have no physical stock in the warehouse, for example. The VHS1 connector also gave us great advantages in the development phase, as we will see later. On a side note, the whole thing would be systemically almost linearly scalable because we have taken extreme care to avoid any load deadlocks already in our development phase of this module. So how we do it? Generally, from the very first conversation with our new customer, we measure the new customer in detail as he looks at us. Once we have a feeling for their current business, we try to calibrate our existing processes and go into more in-depth discussions and prepare a showcase.
The new customer needs to get a sense that we can map their processes and not do some kind of, but we could do this to showcase for the new customer. In this case of Fleurop, we had measured the SAP processes relatively quickly, and our focus throughout the whole project or onboarding project was to remain as independent as possible of the work of the existing software suppliers or the suppliers to be replaced. So we created this new tool, the VHS1 connector, for exactly this purpose. In Pimcore, the article master was migrated and automatically synchronized to the VHS1 ERP system, and in VHS1, the SAP data was extracted and synchronized bidirectionally into Pimcore. This way, both teams could continue to develop at both ends of the project in parallel. And the other team automatically inherited all the data. This was really super cool. We, the XZB, for our part, first took over the article master from Pimcore in the course of the migration and then married it with a stock snapshot XSAP. After that, we configured the desired payment methods and at the same time configured the stored the revenue accounts for the customer postings, for example. Next, we worked with the customer on the optimal pick routes, for example, in within his warehouse, different storage zones like high rack storage areas, pick warehouses, goods issue zones, ramps, repair or returns warehousing zones. And once these processes were calibrated, we entered the training phase with all the departments involved and demonstrated the processes, reacted systemically to one or the other of the customer's comments by extending or adopting the process. So here you can see quite well what I mentioned earlier. Both project teams, Pimcore is in gold and XCB VHS1 in blue, could work through their topics in parallel. The XCB team already started to migrate the data XSAP at the start of the project so that the Pimcore developers could already develop with the final stack of data. From week 39, thanks to the VHS1 connector, both teams already had a complete data stack and could continue to work autonomously. From week 46, the actual rollout phase for VHS1 has begun, as we had to go live at the turn of the year. And at the turn of the year, we then flipped the switch and never gone back again. Fleurop went live with our new VHS1 ERP system and the brand new Pimcore shop, and still is today. So, our vision for 2021 and the upcoming future. As mentioned earlier, it was a significant strategic advantage for us that we started the development of VHS1 in the year 2009. 2009 was the year in which companies like Zalando, for example, were visibly launched for the end customers. And since 2009, we see completely new e-commerce processes, and we see them until today. And in 2009, Android came to the market. Everything from before was, this year, was rewritten. And all the ERP vendors on the market had to respond to the new things like different and new payment providers and payment methods, chaotic stock management with really high through output, and stock management, for example, based on Android hardware. We have seen huge scalability requirements, and we have seen requirements for automated returns management. And for example, suddenly the European Union has invented delivery threshold, a fully new taxation system. and parcel service providers like DHL have evolved massively their services. And then, because we recognized all of this before we started our ERP design, we were able to react to it programmatically as early as 2009. And now we do not have to constantly rework it today or have to break up our data model more and more. Our customer Fleurop benefits massively from this system architecture today and even more in the future. This Fleurop system is highly flexible for opening new markets, regardless of whether this is a national company that wants to connect its own new store front end, an additional logistic provider with its own warehouse, or automated cross-national stock replenishment processes are triggered.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Um, yeah, and what's the outcome? So we looked into the details, and we have, since our solution is been in place, we have 100% um, increase in the turnover. And we have over 150% increase in the throughput with packages that are sent. And especially regarding the catalog production, we have plus 50% increase in efficiency. And I think that makes us very, very proud. We really like that. Let's summarize. The Pimcore VHS1 connector is a real-time RESTful connector. We're not syncing lists or stuff like that with FTP. We have a full product data sync, incremental and total. This includes bundles and virtual items, of course, product prices for entities and sales zones and stuff like that. And of course, we sync order data and customer data. But what makes it so powerful is the bridging between a multi-domain data management and real ERP BI data to calculate performances. So Tom, please give us again some numbers from the VHS1 and the system we're running.
So our system VHS1 in numbers. As already mentioned, all our VHS1 ERP customers are on the same software release level. Those of you who have already been active in the ERP environment can well appreciate what this 20 major ERP releases per year number really means. VHS1 is extremely flexible. This also helps us with new projects. There is always one or the other adjustment in every new project we see. The other values are just to show you the scalability of the system. VHS1 system runs in the cloud, but in 2021 alone, people operated our system in such a way that millions, and I'm talking about millions, of packages were picked, packed, and shipped to the end customers. In 2021, in the 2021 ERP market environment, you can assume that 10,000 packages per day is a limit at which many systems simply peak. No additional hardware would help you. With VHS1, you certainly don't have a problem with more than 20,000 packages per day, as long as the warehouses are large enough and enough employees are available in those warehouses. Systemically, there is absolutely no problem with this. And VHS1 was 100% available in 2021. No downtime. And the best part, VHS1 was developed in PHP and this based on Redis worker architecture, for example. Many of the colleagues in your companies speak our system architecture out of the box. So what is VHS1 providing? Let's assume a manufacturer, a brand, or a wholesaler has multiple warehouses in different countries producing in Far East and or in Germany including customs clearings, and he's shipping worldwide at different prices and different tax rates and different article groups. This is all no problem. But the customer mentions, for example, in the third meeting by chance that a partner still runs a licensed country store in Spain, and this partner wants to run his own store. However, the fulfillment should still take place by us. No problem. It would also not be a problem if the customer suddenly puts another piece of the puzzle in place and once the end customer returns sent to a third country and the goods are received and processed directly there. And because our experience shows that our new customers are so happy with all the new possibilities after the system migration that they directly want to connect Amazon or various marketplaces to the system natively in order to start 8 days after the go live. And to be honest, also this would not be a big problem. VHS-1 is particularly strong in high throughput logistics, optimized warehouse management, optimized pick routes, and automated payment capture and refund processings. VHS-1 is completely openly controllable via a RESTful API and truly multi-client capable. So Arndt will come up with the conclusion now.
All right then. Wow, thank you, Tom. I have to admit, I'm still excited when I hear about our solution, and I hope you're too. And I hope you forget about heavyweight environments in the future and complex infrastructures, which makes it impossible to maintain and scale. Instead, with Pimcore, you already own the digital world with PIM, MDM, DAM, DXP, and e-commerce, the whole stack. With the VHS-1, you own your order management world and fulfillment world. And together, Pimcore and VHS-1, together you own your whole e-commerce stack. And that's what we are really excited about and hope you are too. So thank you. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Pimcore, for having us. If you want to learn more about VHS-1 and the Pimcore connector, please contact Tom or me. Feel free to contact us. We are happy to give you a demo of the system. And dear Pimcore partners and agencies out there, we are looking for solution partners on the XZB side, so please contact us. And if you are a developer or want to join our teams, of course, please contact us. We are hiring. So now let's hear your questions. We are happy to answer them, and this time live and in color. So let's start right away. Thank you very much.